it's time for big news of the week.
All right. Well, we covered this story 6 months ago or so, where Fuji TV had a drop in corporate sponsorship. It was a big deal because they said Sazae-san hasn't gone on TV without a sponsor in something like 40 years. Well, they did have that drop in corporate sponsors following a weekly Bunshun magazine report that the former SMAP member Masahiro Nakai, who I guess is involved with Fuji TV, was engaged in non-consensual sexual activities with a woman in 2023. So, which has since resulted in a nearly $600,000 out-of-court settlement, and Fuji TV staff was involved in the incident, and their president Koichi Minato and some other people all resigned. Anyway, so all this anime went on TV without sponsors for quite a while because people were pissed. So, it's like, oh, you did something bad. We don't want to be associated with you anymore. So, like, Fuji TV got canceled for a while, right? Well, we forgot all about that, and Anime News Network's Japan staff has confirmed the return of most of the sponsors to Fuji TV with the full-fledged start of the autumn season for anime. So, this is just a follow-up on a prior story. So they're going to have commercials during this huge block of anime shows that they have. They got Let's Play, the second season of Assassination Classroom, Shabake, Digimon, Chibi Maruko-chan, Sazae-san, One Piece, some Chinese shows, etc., etc. So, very, very different environment now compared to 6 months ago where, nobody was doing commercials, and now they're pretty much back. I could read it off to you, but there's like just an ass load of sponsors for pretty much all this stuff. So the article is rather long. But yeah, just suffice to say that particularly for a show like Sazae-san, everybody from food companies to Nintendo, Suntory, Google, there's tons of Universal Studios Japan. There's all kinds of stuff sponsoring these shows now. So anyway, that was just I just think it's funny. Like, we have such a short memory as humans, and it happens all the time. For people get canceled or whatever in the U.S., and then boom, there they are again. Like 6 months later, a year later, everyone forgets. So, any questions? You guys are so quiet.
No,
I mean,
I figured this would happen.
Yeah, I think that's it. Is like, it's just kind of the tale as old as time. Like,
I'm mad. I'm going to take your money and your sponsorship.
Can I milk you? Can we do a milking session right live on camera?
No.
Why not? Why are you wearing the cow ears and the cow horns if you don't want to be milked? Where's your bell?
I didn't put it on because I didn't want you to yell at me.
Oh, that would be annoying. That might be a little. I don't know. I mean, Lady Emery, are the male, the thirsty men among us.
Don't jump topics.
They can't handle the sound of a bell. It's like a Pavlov's dog for anime fans. It's like just a signal to whip it out. You know what I mean? Oh, I hear the cowbell. I hear the kitty cat bell. Oh, better whip it out. Anyway.
I'm going to have to take these off as soon as this episode's over. I feel like I'm in danger.
You probably are.
Oh,
I'm
my
in
gosh.
danger.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I was saying, and I guess you were trying to say, too, it's that whole, I'm mad, so we're going to take your money and your sponsorships. And then, like, they'll wait for the anger to die down and just go right back to, here's our money and our sponsorship.
Right. If anything, I'm kind of sad for the people who are watching where it's like they probably didn't have as many ad breaks, which would have been really nice. Like,
yeah,
the amount of ads that are probably in between these shows for like a 20-minute show too. It's like,
ads have gotten out of control.
Yeah, I think that's actually where I wanted to go with this. Is like, man, now ads are back. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, very short memory. I understand wanting to like distance and separate yourself from it. At the same time, what the one guy did is disgusting and horrible. Don't like that. But it's like punish him, not the company, I guess. So
yeah,
I guess I'm okay with how the turnaround went.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm right there with you. It's you punish the person, not the company, because that impacts a lot more
company-
people than just him.
All right, but the scandal was because the company facilitated all that, and they brought the girl that got assaulted to the party, and there were staff members involved.
Well,
and all
anybody
sorts of
involved with that should be punished.
Well, they were.
Right.
They probably lost. They probably lost half their revenue for half a year, and the
Yeah.
company probably lost.
Good.
Anyway, let's move on to something a little bit more fun. So I have another article here.
Oh, I was
Okay.
gonna talk about how Toyota's, speaking of ads and all of that, Toyota's gonna have subscription based
Oh, jeez.
remote turning your car on in all 2026 models. Like you have to pay $8 for a remote start, and then to play music you have to pay a $15 a month subscription.
No, this isn't real. This is too fake.
And then navigation is going to be also $15 a month subscription. I hope it's
What?
fake, but that's what
my
I've heard.
God.
About to
That's
take my pants off.
insane.
And then like the new Samsung, I guess Samsung is going to start like
I'm taking them off.
having ads on their like refrigerators and stuff that you can't turn off.
Oh, this reminds me of a TV. There's I'll see if I can find and send you the article that's totally going on a different rabbit hole. There's a TV that I think you
My
can get
pants are
for
off.
free, but you have to have the bottom panel and it will always play an ad. You could be turning on the TV, it's still going to play an ad. You could be playing a movie, it's going to keep playing ads. Just insane.
I'm so over ads. I hate it.
All
That's
right.
where we come out on your article.
Yeah, that's where we come out on your article. Fuck ads.
Pancake actually put notes on the sheet today. I think it's incredible.
I didn't put my news though.
You didn't. Well, where did this come from?
I don't know, but I'm gonna read it. Somebody put it in there for me.
Lady Emery, is this you?
This is me.
I'll say, be honest.
we love Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chainsaw Man, so.
Hold on, I gotta get into newscaster Pancake. Chainsaw Man's entire first season is streaming on YouTube for free right now. There are 5 hours worth of content available, so you can get caught up in time for the Chainsaw Man, the movie, Rize arc, releasing in North America October 24th. You stay classy, anime addicts. I'm Pancake.
Back to you, Cotton. I'm Pancake. Wow, okay.
So basically, we have Chainsaw Man. You can stream it on Crunchyroll, I believe, and then is it on Netflix too?
Oh, I don't know if that one's on Netflix yet. Netflix has been making some crazy moves to like get a bunch of anime, but I don't know.
But it
I'm
is
gonna check
on
now.
YouTube, which everybody can get a hold of.
Yeah. Yeah, the chat's saying
Yeah.
there's more anime on YouTube since last season. So
That's crazy. So it's free. Go watch it. Go watch the Rize arc movie. I'm really excited. I hope I can see it in theaters, but we're going to be in Japan the day that it releases in theaters, and we don't get back until November. So
it may or may not be in theaters by then, but
we'll try.
I would be in favor of YouTube just absorbing all of anime. And
That would be cool.
Because
It'd
let's
be
be
like
honest,
old times.
YouTube is probably 1,000 times bigger than Crunchyroll, High Dive, all these fucking services combined. I mean, YouTube is just titanic.
It's huge.
Google's worth almost $3 trillion as a company. I mean, like, just buy it all up and put it on YouTube. I don't want to deal with fucking High Dive and, all these is it on Disney? Oh, nope, sorry, it's on Amazon Prime. It's like, suck my dick. I don't want to deal with any of this bullshit. And nobody likes this. Nobody that watches anime is enjoying the way things are. If you say you are, you're lying. Because unless you're paying $100 a month for every streaming service, I say you're lying.
And at that point, that's just like cable.
It's worse than cable, actually. Yeah. Okay. Lady Emery, what do
Are
you
you
have?
excited
Yeah.
for Rize?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Rize,
Yeah, why don't you guys just discuss it?
Yeah, well, very quickly. So both Pancake and I are fans of the manga. It took me a while to become a fan of it because the content, Pancake sent me actually a video that talks about it. The character of Denji is just he's so perverse and childlike that you really kind of have to dig further into the manga to understand some of like the subtext, like what it's really about. Does he still frustrate me from time to time? Yes, but like the arc that he then goes on is interesting. Some of the recent chapters, I've been wondering, where are we going with this? What is
Fujimoto
happening?
just doesn't want Denji to be happy.
Yeah, because Rize is one of my favorite characters. I really, really love her. So I'm excited for people to get to witness her, and I think it'll be a stunning arc. But that said, I think that's a good teaser without getting too spoilery. This manga is a tragedy. It's not for, like, if you're looking for happy, fluffy topics, it's not going to be
This is
that.
not your typical shonen thing.
I thought it was about gooning over power and whatever the main girl's name is with the eyes.
See, and that is
Yeah, power and...
Not power.
Makima.
Makima, that's it.
No, Makima's in there too. You can goon over Makima and you can goon over power.
Yeah, and that's if you just scratch the surface of the show until you like actually look at the themes and look at the character arcs of everybody. And there's this through line. If you really look at the anime, it's all about different types of love and looking for different types of love in everything.
You can call it that.
I think another like fun subtext is like what poverty does to the human being, and like just like how he can't reach necessarily like a higher level of enlightenment because the poverty in his life just never allowed him to. And that I think is actually kind of interesting, because every time he kind of increases his goal, it still is at that base human level. And because he is just kind of trapped in this adolescent mindset, he's never allowed to like truly move forward. And it's just the struggles of that.
And it's like not even adolescent. It's a mix between adolescent but also like just child.
Yeah,
like
but
just a child. Like Maslow's hierarchy of needs was not given to Denji whatsoever at all.
Yeah.
but like being
and what it does
being
to
an
somebody.
adult sucks.
Being dingy sucks more.
And I feel like they kind of address that sometimes as you meet adults in Denji's life, and it's not any better. Like, their lives aren't any better. And so he sees that.
I mean, I would go back to being like, I'd go back to being 12 in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, but you're not Denji. You're not eating flour and water, and then on Christmas you add a little sugar in it to make it special.
I guess I'm missing.
You didn't sell your testicle for money.
How old is Denji?
He's like 16.
16?
Okay.
Google.
I don't know. I mean, why is a 16-year-old living by himself eating flour to survive?
Because
he's an orphan.
Yeah, he's an
It
orphan.
wouldn't
and
be
his
allowed
dad
to
is in
happen.
debt.
That wouldn't be allowed to happen.
It's a story.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Leave my boy Denji alone, all
And
right?
being
I
an-
will protect him.
But I'd rather be Denji's a bit of an extreme case, don't you think? Like, you know, in the grand
It's
scheme
anime.
of being an adult
It's a
sucks.
manga.
Okay. All right.
It reminds me of Naruto, because that's always been my running joke with Naruto. Like, let's spend all of our energy, put a fox spirit in him, and someone take care of him. No, let's make him an orphan with some old milk, and no one take care of him, and everyone just,
How's he gonna
shake a
not
finger
get,
at him.
He's going to get scurvy.
Well, and the funniest part with Naruto, when you think about it, is the Hokage was supposed to take care of him.
He was.
And he was like, fuck them kids.
He was 100% like that.
But yeah, anyway, I'm really excited for Rize. I think it's a good way to introduce the second part of part 1 of Chainsaw Man, to go into that, because this is when everything in Chainsaw Man kind of shifts, I think.
Yes, agreed.
And Power smells really bad.
Canonically, yes.
Can you believe-
she smells like poopy butthole?
Can you imagine how bad? How would they put it in the milking book? How bad her sex would smell.
Ugh.
That's how they would have said it in that book. They said it several times.
Ugh.
And her sex was.
Okay, so what do you have?
What?
For...
It's a valid question. I'm asking a question.
We're not there yet.
Okay, we're not there yet.
Me and Lady Emery are
The women are taking
steering this gondola.
As soon as I
You
took my
sit in
pants
the
off,
back.
I lost control of the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm not
We
wearing
are
pants
steering.
anymore.
We are
We're
driving.
simply edging you, Mitz. We're just
Yeah.
driving you to the edge and then pulling you back. Driving to
Yep.
the edge, pulling you back.
Okay.
Yep.
It's good like that.
So, anyway, we talked enough about Chainsaw Man and
Yep.
Yeah.
the hype. Go watch it. Go see the movie.
We're gonna
but
go see it. It'll cost $40 a ticket because for no reason, but we'll go. We'll still go see it.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Isn't that bullshit? It's such
is.
bullshit. It's like, oh, on Tuesdays you can go watch a movie for $6.99 at Regal. But oh, sorry, it's an anime movie. That's gonna be $26.99.
So
Fuck.
stupid.
Well, then I'm not buying a popcorn.
You wouldn't even get like a cool popcorn bucket with it. Could you
No.
imagine getting like a cute little popcorn bucket?
They
with
have
the
a
movie?
cute Pochita ones. They have Pochita
They do?
popcorn bucket. Yes, they do. You should look it up.
America is so beaten down that movie theaters have convinced us that if you go to a movie, an anime movie with you and your friend, and you both get a dingy popcorn bucket, I guarantee you're both spending $100, and they somehow made us believe that was the right price. Can you fucking believe that? $100 for 2 movie tickets and a plastic popcorn bucket.
But it's so cute.
It's so
I
cute.
I would totally buy this.
That is
popcorn
some
bucket and
funny
keep it
shit.
around.
Because
Oh,
Pochita is so
You
cute.
two are the problem.
No, we're not.
Yes,
the
you are.
problem.
See?
I want to buy this, and then I'm gonna put my own like homemade popcorn in it when I'm at home.
Yeah, he's so cute.
cute.
Pochita. The
Man.
goat.
Thank God that.
My
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like my news article is gonna be so boring in comparison to looking at cute popcorn buckets.
I know. Are you going to have to get it? Are you going to get the Pochita popcorn bucket?
All right, what does this popcorn bucket look like?
It looks like
If
Pochita.
I go, I might. If it's available, I might need to get it.
Look, oh, Mitz is looking it up.
I'm gonna try to be like
It's so
5.
cute.
I'm gonna be like 5% of an adequate stream. Oh, look, they're already on eBay for $100.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
$215.
Listen, people, I'm here to tell you this: if you pay $215 for a Pochita popcorn bucket, you deserve everything you get when you're not properly eating. I mean, that is the most ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because they're only eating popcorn out of
Look
their
how
Pochita
cute.
popcorn
It's like,
bucket.
I just mean, like, I don't want to see you on TikTok bitching about the price of eggs when you spent $200 on a Pochita popcorn bucket.
I mean, I can agree with
You
that.
lose your rights
But
forever.
scalpers are the problem.
Well, no, not really. They can try to get $1,000 for a popcorn bucket. It's people that like you that are buying the popcorn bucket that make this happen.
I would just buy it for a normal price. I'm not going to spend that much.
Well,
Look
what-
how cute he is.
Where does the popcorn go?
In his back.
Well,
You eat it out of his head.
oh, I see. There's the back of it. Okay.
He's so cute.
Okay. Wow. Well,
Isn't that cute? That's a good popcorn bucket.
yeah. You can't listen to me. I'm not any fun. People, go spend your $200.
Look,
at
see,
the
look.
movies.
It even has a little chainsaw
Oh, there-
pulley
there-
thing on his
there's
butt.
there's the best picture right there. Oh, it's not even. See, I'm a bad streamer. So here we go.
It's on
Louis,
Instagram.
Louis the cat agrees with us. It's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody agrees with us. Oh,
Yeah,
his
there you
little-
go.
Oh,
Look at that. It doesn't look like it holds very much popcorn though. I'll be
no.
honest. It looks like it'd be kind of hard to get your arm down.
I feel
inside
like
that
if
thing.
you get the Pochita popcorn bucket at the theater, they should be required to give you free refills because that is like 2 handfuls of popcorn.
I feel like for the $100 it costs to go to the theater and get this popcorn bucket, Makima ought to come out of the screen and suck me off while I'm watching the movie.
I don't think you want Makima anywhere near your junk.
Why? Isn't she the big-titted
Just
redheaded
trust-
girl?
Just trust me.
Just trust us on
Well,
that.
let me live in
Trust us.
ignorance.
Don't.
It'll be great until I find out the truth that she's a man or something. I don't know.
That's
I have
correct.
I have no
That's
idea.
the big plot twist.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Makima's a man.
Her mouth will dissolve your cock. It's gone. Oh, lords. Okay. Wow.
Okay, well, now time for my boring article. So
You're
Sony
like, fuck my article. I shouldn't have given Pancake the good one.
I know. You gave her the good one. Sony Pictures
You guys, listen.
Television.
Wait a second.
What?
You guys can share a news article just like you could share one cup.
Ew.
Oh.
Can we share one Pochita?
I know what that's referencing.
Oh,
Can it be
no.
2 girls, 1 Pochita instead?
2 girls, 1 Pochita. That is the title of the episode.
I think he's actually writing that down.
He is typing it down right now.
Oh, good.
That's not how you
With one fucking arm. Yeah,
I
it's
like
hard.
he spelled Pochita Pichiya.
I was typing with one arm.
Pochia.
it.
It's Pochia.
Chia.
Look, if you don't behave, I'll put my pants back on, and you don't want that. All right, what is your boring news
Yeah,
article?
what's your shitty news?
Put me
I'm
to
just
sleep.
kidding.
Put me to sleep. Send me downstairs to get coffee.
All right. Sony Pictures Television chair Keith Lagoy looks to anime video games as future of IP. So basically, Sony is. It's just Sony being like, wait, anime is popular? Wait, Demon Slayer is like raking in bank with like all of their movies and stuff. For those who don't remember, Sony has the anime streaming service Crunchyroll. They got them from AT&T in 2021, and they merged it with Funimation, which was terrible for a while for anyone who was part of that. I hated it because everything was everywhere for a really long time. But yeah, so their goal in this is they're going to look at anime and focus on it as their future for IP. And their key there is looking at aggregation as opposed to cannibalization. So kind of like what Mitz was talking about of, oh yeah, anime is on various streaming services and like, where do I go for it? What Sony wants to explore is it sounds like they want to release some of the rights to multiple areas. So not just like having a Netflix only show. It's going to be on Crunchyroll. It's going to be on Netflix. It's going to be everywhere so that you're just getting more views of the anime from whatever streaming service somebody has versus just trying to only drive them to Crunchyroll or only drive them to another service. So it's an interesting strategy. We'll see where it goes. I think we all knew that. I mean, anime just keeps getting more and more popular. I shared with just our little chat that yesterday I encountered a little girl who was drawing anime, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. What are you doing?" "I'm drawing anime." I said, "Oh, who's your favorite anime character?" She's like, "I don't have one." I said, "Oh, okay."
What a loser.
Right. Well, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's so many." And she said, "No, I don't really watch anime." And I was like, what a time to be alive. I am sure you two remember like where it was like not the cool thing to watch or not the cool thing to do. So I was just looking at her like, we made this possible for you to just draw it without needing to watch it. And my God, okay.
How old was this girl?
7 or 8.
That's crazy because it's like I started drawing anime because I was watching anime.
You were watching it, right? Yeah.
That girl's old enough to watch Ninja Scroll and get her involved, indoctrinate her a little.
I think Witch Watch would probably be more her speed.
I don't think even
Probably.
that would even be too old for her, a 7-year-old.
I don't think so.
This show's it's a romance. 7-year-olds don't know what
But it's
love
like a
is.
popcorn romance.
Yeah,
it's
it's not like real romance.
All right. 7-year-olds are watching.
I was watching like Tokyo Mew Mew, and that's got romance in it.
There's a whole arc about how the women all want to fuck the werewolf guy because he's so manly and sexy.
That'll go over their heads, though.
Okay. All right.
Tell me you haven't watched kids shows without telling me you haven't watched kids shows.
Witch Watch is not for kids. It's
Okay, we'll get into it later.
Little kids aren't. Yeah, we'll get into it later.
But it's crazy that Sony's just now like making this their strategy when they've been involved in video games that are like anime adjacent for so fucking long. Like how many times have there been like a Dragon Ball game or a Naruto game or like XYZ, so like anime going into games. But now they're like, you know what's a great idea? Let's do the opposite. Let's take games and make them into anime. It's like, nah, shit, Sherlock, that'll work.
Right? Exactly. It just feels like they're maybe a little bit behind the 8 ball on this one of like, yeah, where have you been? Do this.
Yeah, but make them good. Like, don't make them crappy. Like, what's a crappy video game anime?
Like Tekken.
Disgaea.
Fatal Fury, Disgaea, Fatal Fury, Tekken, all of them. practically.
There's been a couple that are good,
The
like
Street Fighter anime. I mean,
the Final Fantasy VII stuff hasn't been bad.
No, but there's a Final Fantasy VII Unlimited anime that is unwatchable.
Oh.
That is more of an anime than the Advent Children stuff. Because it's a 26 episode anime, not a movie.
Oh. Well, I watched one and it was like just a short couple of OVA of Cloud.
Look, don't forget the best anime movie that's ever come out based on a video game, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. They're too young.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I haven't seen
It was
that.
one of the biggest box office flops of all time. Sony lost like $500 million, and it literally just eliminated that entire studio in one go.
Whoopsies.
It came out in like 99 maybe. So yeah.
I think that's before both of our time.
Yeah. Anyway, the Spirits Within was a big movie because like it was the first movie to be 100% CG, where you could barely tell it wasn't real people because the CG was very advanced for that time, but it still flopped.
That's crazy.
Horribly, yeah.
I feel like Final
is
Fantasy has
crazy.
always had like superior human CG though. But it's shocking that Sony's just now getting it. Ooh, that's weird. I don't like that.
You don't like it?
It's ugly.
Well, maybe that's why nobody wanted to watch it.
It's not anime enough.
No,
that
see,
looks,
that's real. So that's not a real person.
obviously.
But this movie came out in like 1999. So 1999, that looked good.
No,
right?
I mean that does look good. I mean it looks like the Resident Evil stuff. Resident Evil, that's another example.
All right. Well, see, it wasn't such a boring news article, Lady Emery. You should have more faith in yourself.
Oh.
And
Okay.
we have a lot of faith in you on this next topic because, well, not a lot of notes got written, except from you.
Well, I was
so-
going to put some notes in there, and then I saw that she just, like, blew her load everywhere. I was like, well, I'm going to let her steer this topic. So,
Oh God. What? No. Why am I steering this?
So,
because you are the queen of kink now.
So basically, I watch YouTube while I work, and there were several prominent YouTubers talking about this book called Morning Glory Milking Farm, and I was like, that is hilarious. So after hearing them talk about it and how just insanely perverted women are, but they would like you. We're all perverts in the end of the day. So, but the mask is off, and I thought, you know what, animal girls, women milking minotaurs, you know, why don't we talk about it?
I got to say something funny real quick.
Okay.
So I had girls sleep over on Friday, and I had girls come over, and I was talking about this book, and my best friend goes, so minotaur are men. Where does the milk come out of? And I said, it's not dairy milk. They're milking their penises for the semen. And she goes, that's fucking nasty.
24
Viagra
ounces.
pills. To make
Yeah.
the Viagra pills for humans.
Yeah.
So anyway, Morning Glory Milking Farm, Mitsugi. There you go.
Yes, continue,
Well,
please.
Well, I just want you to know that I am not in the same point in my life that you are. And when you go out with me, I'm spoiling you. And that's all there is to it.
I want to jump off a bridge.
So, really, what I'm the most interested in this topic, and I don't know where we're going with this. Honestly, it's very disorganized. But I just think it's so funny how men and women are so different in what we find sexy. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the animal aspect to it, but like you can just tell. You could pretty much pick up a book, and depending on the way that it's written, you would know if it's written for a man or a woman, because it's just completely different day and night.
I think additionally, I don't think men are really reading
No.
or like
Definitely not.
doing the doujinshi thing as much.
Nope.
I think men are like, I want to lube up my dick and watch something.
This is a hentai episode. If you are under the age,
Oh, God.
Age of 18, get the fuck out.
yeah. So anyway, why don't we start with Lady Emery? 'Cause she has real notes here, and I think that they're
Okay.
worth going through. I mean, because we're all. I mean, look, this book had like 100,000 reviews. I suppose that at the end of the day, we're all just sexual animal pervert deviants that are pretending like we're not. And we can get into that because I think anime is definitely pushing that forward. And then before you know it, you're like, wow. Hodo and her little wolf ears are so sexy. I just want to stick them in my mouth.
Well, and that is Lady Emery's first topic here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And please correct me on all of my Japanese pronunciation because I'm trying. I'm trying. So, Keimo. Oh my God.
Kemono Mimi.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank God. Okay. I'm just going to point to you guys. So it literally means animal ears, and it is the concept of depicting human and human-like characteristics with animal ears, and by the extension, other features such as a tail. So it's often used in anime anthropomorphism, which is to depict animal characteristics in human form. You might hear me mention that a few times because it can also mean, if I'm not mistaken, non-human things on human figures. So one of like the things I think of is like mushrooms. You know, sometimes you see anime girls being depicted as like mushroom people. I feel like that comes up a lot.
I've
Or
seen
the
that.
sexy dancing mushrooms from Fantasia.
What?
Ooh, I remember those.
Or the flowers.
Yeah, see, he remembers. Yeah. People, please watch Fantasia.
It's the original. The original one.
The
please.
The original,
one.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the original one. It
Yeah.
is beautiful artwork
Oh, it's
and
amazing.
very
Lots
wonderful
of-
classical music.
And lots of this going on in it, actually.
That's true. That is a great reference. The reason why I bring it up is when Mitz brought this up, I wanted to dig into why we're into this kink. And I say why we because to Mitsuki's point, women have, not all women, because both Pancake and I read this book and we were just turned off by many things in this book, which I'm sure we'll go over. But a lot of women like the monster figure. So my go-to is always vampires. When vampires first came onto the scene, they were terrifying Nosferatu-like creatures. And then I would almost argue Dracula being one of the more infamous times. Dracula comes on the scene and suddenly it's sexy stranger from out of town, in this case, out of the country, Transylvania. And it's like this dark Victorian energy that is kind of titillating. And that then gets a little bit, like, oh, it's kind of horning women up and it gets commercialized, it gets commoditized. And you keep spinning those out because not only are you, if you're writing the books, you're gaining readership and stuff, but like it's something that is awakening something in you.
Well, and plus, with Dracula, he would literally come to your window at night while you were sleeping and come in and like bite you in your sleep and get you while you're in bed.
And the bite isn't even on like the hand or the foot or something. It's on the neck. It's very sensual.
Does he use tongue? I wonder if he probably does.
I mean, I'm sure in certain books he's
Tonguing
that
it
neck.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the men, from a men's perspective, they're not really into the scary monster thing. They're more into like, well, a little bit. They like succubus.
I would have fucked the
Oh my God.
the wasp woman from One Punch Man.
Oh, the mosquito girl.
Yeah, I would have had.
Right?
Yeah, I would have had her. For
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? Well, you
And
look at me
so-
like you're surprised. What? the mosquito girl from One Punch Man? Oh, come on. If I just type in mosquito girl from One Punch Man, there's gonna be all sorts of sexy photos. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm gonna do it here. You keep talking.
And to your point, Pancake, that's the other side of the coin. I feel like there's like dark, mysterious stranger from out of town that women tend to latch onto, and for men, it's two sides of the coin. It's either the cute nya cat girl where it's like innocent and playful and like, merging the elements. I wrote it down here actually. So for those who don't know, it's called kitten play. There's a kitten play kink, and cats specifically represent that this like they represent somebody who wants to like seek warmth and connection, but they can also be elusive. So it kind of is this idea of like, oh, they're innocent and playful, but they're kind of mischievous, and there's a little bit more to them. Or the other side of the coin, to your point, is like the succubus, the like lady vampire who's very sensual and like very femdom-y. And so,
And like that, the men actually make more sense the more I've looked into like the women stuff, because women, we're out here writing books about like having sex with vegetables and like.
Is that real for real?
Yes.
Like cram a cucumber up your hooch?
No, it's like a VeggieTale erotica book.
So like the cucumber comes to life and he has cucumber fingers?
No, he's like a cucumber. And
Like
also
shit pickle?
Shrek porn is like a big thing.
yeah.
That's for women?
Yes.
Women want to fuck Shrek?
Yes.
Of course they do. Oh, it's so funny.
And men are like, they want
He's
something.
probably hung.
And men don't care as long as it's got like a feminine big tit figure with a small waist and a juicy ass. It can have mosquito arms and legs.
She doesn't have mosquito arms. This girl has human arms. Look. See?
No, she doesn't.
She does have
Look
human
at her
arms.
hands.
They're mostly human. Okay, look. Look. Someone in the chat help me out. I'm not the only one that would have fucked the mosquito girl from One Punch Man.
Those are not human appendages.
I'm fucking it. Yeah.
Are you worried about like your cock though with her weird like nail? Like
I've
I
seen
don't know,
worse.
to the-
I saw Wicked City. I know what a vagina dentata is. She doesn't have a dentata. That is not the,
Jesus Christ, Mitsuki.
They-
What is that?
that's fan art. See, all these photos you're pulling up, they all look different. Anyway, you're getting off topic. You're getting off topic. I also like the Susan May Bocci girl from Knights of Sidonia. I can't remember what that character's name was, but it was the cute girl who gets taken over by the aliens or whatever, and then she becomes like a hybrid. I liked her before, and after she was human. Yeah.
But what is it about it? Because, like, the Minotaur thing didn't do it for me. The werewolf thing doesn't do it for me. Vampires I could see, but that's just so close to human. It's like human with, like...
human with teeth.
Yeah, human with bloodlust.
There's a couple things about the Minotaur, okay? So the first thing is all these women that are reading this book and find it sexy are into like the daddy character. It's like, oh,
Yeah, but you can
spoil
have the
me,
daddy
take care
character
of
in
me.
any kind of... Like, he wasn't unique in that way.
He spoke in his CEO voice. Oh, and there's so much. This is so off topic.
But no, it's not, because it's
There's
like...
so much emphasis on his penis and balls. It's obvious that it's about, oh, well, some women probably just want to get... I'm going to put a hentai tag for this episode. So some women probably just want to get railed by a 12-inch dick. And that's why there's so much emphasis on his giant balls and his penis.
I know that Pancake and I have talked about that and how it's not just this, but others where it's like, I could barely get my hands around it. And it's like, that's horrifying. That's
You
I have
keep that
small
away
hands.
from me.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You would be perfect for the book.
Yeah, because they talk about her small hands
They're
constantly.
to cast Lady Emery in the movie.
nope. Oh God. Nope.
You don't want to take
nope and not out.
24 ounces of bull semen.
Yeah, you got to use a
It was the ball
waterproof
scene where
mattress.
she was like this is all I imagined her doing the whole time. It was just whatever this is because they were overhead.
Yeah.
For those who have not read the book, these minotaurs come into this milking facility, which has, I kid you not, I swear, a whole fucking chapter dedicated to how the milking apparatus works, how the cleaning crew works.
That was the best part of the book.
How they like hook them in and then she
My
just
question
ball
is-
juggles for a little bit. And this is all I imagined was her just doing this.
And my question is, why isn't it like milking machines? Because they just hook the cow's udders up and milk them. Why is there manual stimulation in this book needed? Can't they just like put
great
it in a
question.
little
Because
pocket
it's not,
pussy?
because it's not sexy if you just strap a machine on and walk out of the room. You have to put yourself in the seat. Well, we're off topic.
No, we're not.
We went from talking about animal ears to talking about why the book is sexy.
It all goes in together.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't find it sexy. The Minotaur, to me, is not sexy.
Someone's finding him sexy.
I don't get the animal. Like, I wouldn't want a cow tongue licking on me.
This isn't that different than hentai, okay? There's a lot of hentai where a girl will, like, an anime girl's gonna, like, wanders into the woods for some reason and gets snatched up by like, basically an ogre. And, it's, if you've seen hentai, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's going, like, clear all the way up into the rib cage and everything.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's not that different.
Hentai is more targeted at male audiences. I feel like there are more men that
we both know women that watch hentai.
We do, but I feel like men watch more.
And
especially
like,
the weird shit.
Oh, okay, wait.
But I was going to say, going into the ribcage, I don't think a lot of, like, female audience members are enjoying that. Like, I'm not saying that the reluctant fantasy isn't a thing. It's just when it gets kind of gross where it's like going up or like they're showing the bulge, like I don't think a lot of women audiences are appreciating that. I
think it's so interesting that Pancake says that the hentai where the ogre grabs up the girl is for men because it's just too weird, while we're discussing a book clearly targeted at women that is about a woman sucking on a 12-inch like horse penis, basically. That's not weird.
No,
What?
I mean, but the thing is it still smacks with like.
Oh, it does right in the face.
The average women fantasy writing. You could have this plot. You could have switched out. You could have taken Pretty Woman, for example. The guy from Pretty Woman. You could have made him a Minotaur, and it would have been the same thing, minus the milking. Yep. It is the same character. It is this super well-off guy who's super suave, has his shit together. He'll take care of you, like daddy-type figure. It doesn't matter.
Daddy.
It doesn't matter. So, like, men, they're more drawn to the visual representation of it being something else, of, like, having the ears or being a fucking mosquito with weird-ass arms.
Hey, now, be nice.
Where women are just like, ooh, he takes care of me. He's in a better place in life. He'll buy me my latte. Oh, it makes me so hot for him.
It's going to be a Prada bag. You're going to get the Hermes scarf.
Yeah, well, in this book, it was a freaking honey latte.
That's true. She was very obsessed with the fancy coffee
the real gift was his penis. I mean, let's be honest.
But it was his pressed pants and his shirt that got her.
It was. And his
watch.
powerful voice. So, to that point, one of the dissertations I, referenced on here, it's called A Craving for the Creature, a study on monster fetishism and the monstrosexuality. It's by Colin Andrews. So, become an additional, like, Patreon member, get the notes. And one of the things they talk about that I didn't fully type in here is power is what is the fetish. It's like this idea of like we call it daddy energy, but the power over her of like, ooh, like he makes the money, he does that. Mm-hmm. Pancake's right. I think some of the fantasy is this like having power over her, but also she gets to consent to it. It's not her running in the woods and getting trapped by an ogre. It's her being like, yeah, and I have, even though he's kind of dominant in money and status, in literal being a minotaur, she has control on the submissive side of like still controlling the situation from literally below. She literally has his balls in her hands.
Well, and then later in the book, he tells her,
you hold all the cards.
You hold all the cards, like.
But he's the one. But he's the one granting that to her, so he's really in control.
But that's whole part of the whole fantasy. It's the illusion of. He's got this power over you.
Pancake has a light in her eyes right now. She's really into it.
No, it's interesting.
As you wear your cow ears.
But it's interesting because men are looking at the external, like. The personality of the said character doesn't matter as much. Like, as long as it's got so it's sexy, it's got some ears, like that's an extra turn on. But women, we want that like power, that powerful big, like even reading the book, you forget he's a minotaur a lot of the time. He's just this big hulking figure. He's so big and powerful. Like you could have taken the minotaur away completely.
They said he was what, 7 feet?
Yeah, he's just giant. Like, and that's part of the whole fantasy too, is like something big and domineering. Whereas the men, it's like, oh, it's got cat ears and a tail. That's sexy and different visually.
I don't really know why the cat ears are sexy. Well, why, you know?
Well, she has something about it.
Yeah, well, when you were, we can explore that, I guess. So when you were coming of age, did you see a cat girl when you were starting to like become sexually awakened?
I'm
like,
fucking
that's,
sure
like,
I did.
Well, and so that might be it. Is like
all-purpose
like,
cultural cat girl nuku nuku. Come on.
Yeah, so like individuals. So I had another article here called "The Psychology of Kink," where it says individuals may gravitate towards kink in two ways. It can either be an innate journey where they realize as a child growing up, this is like something that is, you know, making my heart race and like making me like, you know, I'm starting to feel all the feelings as you're coming of age in adolescence. Or you can acquire the taste later in life. And there's been even talk about that in regards to certain hentai and doujinshi. Some of the concerns people have with lolly characters or underage characters that are depicted is when people are on a path looking at certain porn and they go further and further and further down a more destructive rabbit hole. Is it keeping them in a fantasy state of mind, or is that going to escalate them to being into odder and odder kinks, but like not healthy kinks? So for the most part,
I think that's where the ogres come in.
Right. There you go. That's where the ogre, because like you can't, like, I kind of doubt, and maybe I'm wrong, just depending on everyone, like what a kid first searches for with porn. When a person first encounters either porn or something, or like a romance book, it's usually pretty vanilla. But it's in searching the site more that it takes them on a different path. But in the way of like why I mentioned like, oh, did you encounter a cat girl early on in your anime watching, like while you were say 12 or 13 when you were coming into your own? It's like, oh, that might be why you've attached yourself to that, because you're like, that was my first encounter there, and so that's like what's gonna trigger me. I think what Pancake and I talked about is for us way back in the day, Quizilla first started as like, take your personality quiz, do this, and later devolved into fan fiction. And that's when I first encountered it, was through Quizilla, because fan fiction then had you exploring like, ooh, do you like what, like here's some romantic elements with characters that you like. So like one of my first ones was like Legolas. Like I was like, oh, there's like a whole romance Legolas story in there. So
Legolas.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Quizilla, like I brought it up before. I was obsessed with like the Kingdom Hearts like high school thing. Like the whole romancing Riku, and like
So now
you go
you're-
through
are
the
you-
different stories.
Are you into dudes that weren't yellow shoes?
No, I was into Riku.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the friend. Oh, of course, because he's like brooding. He's like Vegeta.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
part of the whole female fantasy.
Vegeta,
Like
touch my
you
penis.
I
talk
can
to,
change him.
I can change him. Like we want
Change him.
We want like this brooding like guy, or this like powerful guy. We don't usually go for the goofy like Sora type.
So you into Sephiroth?
Yeah.
Sephiroth isn't
Sephiroth.
my guy.
Vincent is my guy. I like Vincent.
Really?
He's a vampire.
But he's a vampire.
Yeah, see? He's a brooding vampire who's like, you know.
But he's brooding to everybody but you. Like, that's the whole
Yes.
thing.
Like, you're special. So, Cloud
need
was
some-
an okay one. What Pancake's getting at is like, we don't want the Naruto. We don't want the Asta. We don't want the loud, brash main character. We want the side
We want
character.
Sasuke.
We want Itachi. We want
We
the
want
one who's
Itachi.
We want
the one
Levi.
who's brooding and misunderstood, and maybe a bad guy. But like, maybe I
Kakashi.
can change him. Kakashi.
Yeah.
Hey, it's in the name.
Oh my gosh.
Why is it
and
that
it's
all these
not-
side characters are all brooding though? It's so funny.
Because
They're all just like Levi.
because shonen's written for guys, right? And
Uh-huh.
guys are going to want to follow like the Goku type, right? And that is written for men. And then the Vegetas,
We want our Vegetas.
Do you think Vegeta's just for women?
no, but that is the kind. He's more written for women. If you look at his whole character arc, he's angry, he's brooding, he's dangerous, but he becomes a
who
family
changes
man.
him? Yes.
Bulma changes him. He has a family with Bulma. He becomes the family man. He really only cares about Bulma. Like that.
No, it's my Bulma.
Exactly.
My Buduma.
Exactly.
My Buduma.
Like that is like women's whole
Buduma
thing, and we
da.
don't care if they happen to have a tail. We don't really care about
Well,
that.
he did at one point.
Exactly, but we don't care about that. We're not fixated on like, ooh, he's an animal guy. Whereas guys are like, ooh, she's hot because she's got cat ears. We're like, ooh, he's so brooding. I could change him and I would be his soft spot. Like that's what it comes down to. And I think that's the difference between men and women and their like preferences and like their porn.
We want to stick our dick in something, and you want to change him.
We want to be taken care of and change him.
We want to be like the special one. We want to be the exception to the rule.
Yep.
The focal point.
Yep. We want our genocidal space pirate to only love us.
Well, and I guess that's why. Yeah, I mean that works with Vegeta too. I mean, they wipe out whole races of people when they're working for Frieza, and then the women are like, "Oh, he wiped out a whole race in 2 days. Oh,
But he loves
come
Bulma.
suck my nipples."
And we're just like, oh,
But he loves Bulma.
The way he loves Bulma.
He would trade Bulma in half a second to have the power to beat Goku.
No way.
Yes, he would. He literally leaves Bulma for like 7 to 10 months at a time in Dragon Ball Super to go train in secret with Whis while Goku's not there, just so he can get a leg up on Goku. He just leaves Bulma and Trunks behind for.
But
like
he
a
wouldn't
year.
leave her when she was about to give birth, and she told Goku,
That's
"You go and
right.
train." But my wife's about to have a baby. See,
He didn't really. But and then,
right? We're witnessing the difference between how men and women interpret characters
I watched that
right now.
I watched that. Yeah, but I watched that clip recently because I'm watching a lot of Dragon Ball clips on YouTube, and I can tell you right now that in that clip, Goku doesn't understand what he's talking about, and Vegeta literally says, "I can't believe I have to explain this to you. I'll never hear the end of it if I go." He wants to go, but he's going to get harpied
but
at
that's-
and endlessly.
But that's just Vegeta trying to be tough.
Oh, okay. For who? Goku?
No, just to
Goku's
sound
too-
tough.
Goku, but there's no one else there. Goku's too stupid to even understand what he's talking about.
Whatever. He doesn't get it.
Goku doesn't get it. I don't get it.
You don't get
I
it.
do get it. I'm just saying that's not what happens in that scene. Vegeta's staying because Bulma's going to scream at him for 2 years. He wants to go.
I don't know. I feel like especially because that's
Okay.
when Bra is born, right?
Bruh.
It's right? It's Trunks and Bra, right? That's their kid. When
Yeah.
when he becomes a girl daddy,
to
he's
imagine.
so cute. Vegeta's a girl daddy is so cute and he's so proud. I don't know, man. I know that you think that, Bulma's gonna yell, and maybe that's part of it, but I think mostly he really wanted to see the birth of his next kid.
Okay. I like Vegeta.
But
He's a good daddy.
that I think that sums it up pretty well. Is like women want the personality and don't really care what the character looks like. Hence why we'd be willing to fuck Shrek.
Right. I think I want to follow you down that rabbit hole because oftentimes when they depict a cat girl or a monster girl, if you notice the appendages are always what I like to call clit level appendages.
I'm getting my
they touch
coffee.
these and
Keep
it's
going.
they touch the ears and it's like, yeah, it's always
Yes.
oh, that's my soft spot. Don't do that. Or they pull the tail. It's like, no, don't do that. It's never just normal.
No.
And the only time I can really think of that being different for anime is Inuyasha, where Kagome is obsessed with Inuyasha's ears. And he's more embarrassed that she's touching them. They're not actually like triggering anything.
Yeah, they're not an erogenous zone for him.
Exactly. So
it's more of like, oh, you're a cute puppy, and like that kind of thing.
It's like it's touching that soft spot that he's like, oh, I don't want to be vulnerable with her, and this is making me feel vulnerable, like going into that kind of puppy, almost like puppy play there. But I feel like, to your point, it's the cat girl, or even like there was an anime, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find it, about various different other, it was like a harem monster girl anime, but like you had a snake girl, and it's like the tip of her tail was super sensitive, or like other parts of her. So it's always like any part of that monster girl is an erogenous zone. Succubi, I feel like it's always the tail, right? It's always like the tail that's super sensitive. So
well, and Inuyasha's another great example, because if you see the female monsters in Inuyasha that are mixed with animals, they're always hypersexualized as like
Yura of the Hair. I would bang Yura of the Hair so good. Oh.
But the men, like Shishomaru, Inuyasha, they're both wolf demons. And even Koga, they don't have a whole lot of. They're not drawn in a sexy, like revealing kind of way. It's their personalities that make them sexy.
Yeah.
I got my pumpkin maple cold foam on top of my coffee.
Ooh.
With my Sonic the Hedgehog coffee cup.
delicious.
Yura of the Hair. Yeah. I mean, shit, even I would fuck Inuyasha.
Is it because he has ears?
Yeah, he's so sexy.
So we were talking about this, Mitz. I'm curious what you think. Is it the fact that all of the animal parts are also erogenous zones? Is that attractive? When you think about like, ooh, if I touch her ear, she's gonna
cream.
She's gonna get wet. Yeah.
She's gonna cream.
Like from a male gaze, because we approached it from the female gaze, so now we need your like 2 cents. Like, is that sexy to you?
I think there's definitely an animalism involved in this. Like, I think at our basis level, a dude just wants to throw a woman across the room, dive on top of her, and just lick her all over. And a cat or a dog or a fox or whatever is half animal. People bite each other while they have sex. There's a reason for that, and it's not because it's animalism.
And if you have more erogenous zones than just a few sections on a human, I feel like it amplifies that.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't understand. Part of it, I think, is that like cat girls are cute. I just don't know.
So the ears just make it cuter?
I just don't know. It's so weird.
And then if you touched her ears and she went, like that's not
a bust.
See? It is. Okay. I feel like our theory is, I feel like we're onto something.
I think we figured it out. I feel like we need to do a research paper now.
Right, with all of these papers.
The difference between male and female arousal for fantasy characters.
Now I'm getting through some Sarah J. Maas books, which is just fairy smut. Come on, we all know. It's not
really?
to say she's not popular and stuff. Yeah,
Isn't she like is she like mad rich?
She is super rich, and she's like getting.
That's
like
TV
deals
my best friend's favorite writer. Like, she's obsessed. Yeah. She bought an entire bookshelf to dedicate. She has she has the original copies of those books.
Yeah.
And now they've come out with like reprints. So she's got all the reprints, and then she's got candles that smell like all the different characters.
I'm getting through the books. So like I will eventually like figure out what it is. However, the one thing I will say from my memory is she does flip the idea of like erogenous zones on its head for women, in that the wings of characters, usually the wings of characters for the men, when you touch the wings, they goosh. They just
suck on those wings.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So she's kind of the outlier here with like.
I think so. But I think there's still more. I think Sarah J. Maas still like it's power play. So like I'm reading A Court of Thorn and Roses right now, which is her first, and that's based off of Beauty and the Beast. And it's very clearly based off of Beauty and the Beast. And again, it's the power dynamic. It's a rich daddy who, steals a girl away to the fairylands. And so she's powerless, but somehow she still kind of has power over him. And that's like, and he's brooding and,
Yeah.
in his castle.
I think we've nailed it on the head, though. It's literally, women are looking for this brooding daddy type character, or the I can fix him, right? I'm sure she's got a bad boy in the book, right?
Yeah. I'm still
working through
working
it.
all that out, but yeah.
Where women are just, or where men are just like, give me some cute ears and a tail, and I'll have wild animal sex with it real quick, like.
Yeah.
And make sure it's sensitive. Make sure like those are like really sensitive parts. And it's not to say that like kitten play isn't something that women are into. The article I reference mentions that some women are really into this dress up, and it's a visual shorthand for BDSM. So I guess that's my thing of like, Peggy and I are not here to like yuck anyone's yum. If you're like, no, I like dressing up. Yeah, if I like dressing up as a cat, it like adds an element. I didn't really touch on this, but like the furry community, a lot of not just like men and women, like just a lot of people identify as that, and that's their kink they're going after. It's like, yeah, just live your life and do it, but I don't know, just consensual adults and all that.
I can't think of a single man that would not be down for his wife walking, or a girlfriend or whoever, walking in the bedroom dressed like a cat. I actually can't imagine. I mean, men have thought Catwoman was fuckable since the 70s or whatever. Come on. What the hell is the lady's name that played Catwoman that everybody
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry dressed as Catwoman broke the collective minds of a whole generation of men. Slinking around with her sexy little like cat suit.
Which is so funny that men thought that, because Catwoman represents female autonomy and like, yeah, she's sexy, but she just kind of is doing her own thing. She's literally just off robbing. She doesn't really care about Batman. She doesn't really care about anyone else. She's out there for herself.
Yeah, but Catwoman was written by a man, I'm sure. I don't know who wrote Batman, but I'm sure it was a man. So, and there you have it. Look at all these photos of Catwoman.
I don't know if you can show this on Twitch.
I'll do whatever I want. So these aren't nude photos. They're just, look, there's Halle Berry as Catwoman. I mean, I don't know. People have always thought this was sexy, even way before anime. Is my point.
Put cat ears on something and it's sexy. It's simple as that. But what about cat ears?
We need more video games with sexy cat girls in it. I'm about to buy a PC just so I can dress Eve up like a cat girl in Stellar Blade.
Go for it.
On the PlayStation, there's no cat girl outfit. Anyway, we're over time.
Oh, are we? Sorry,
a little bit.
I feel like this was a good topic. I think it was interesting.
Did you guys like that book?
I would give it,
because I read that whole book. I want to know what you think. I listened to the whole fucking book.
I would give it 2 udders out of 5.
Wow, 2 udders? I thought it was funny when she said... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I insist.
Oh, I'm gonna give it 1.5, and I did not finish out of 5 milk machines because one of them breaks. I think it just wasn't badly written. I actually will give it to the author. I thought that they did an excellent job of writing and building the scenery, but I actually wanted more time in the village and less time with her thinking of masturbation fantasies. And I mean that in the sense of like, had she been masturbating to fantasies of him inside of her or doing that would have been fine. But the first half of the book, she is literally just imagining him like jerking it in the shower, and it's like, oh, that's not my thing. I'm kind of bored. Can I get to the next section, please?
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit better written and a little more fleshed out, because how it's written is it jumps around. It's like, she's at work again. She's at work again. Now they're on a date. Oh, she was gone for 2 weeks. Like, there's this one point where she has somebody pass away in the family, but they don't go into that at all. And then she's just back at work.
The book, by the way, is Morning Glory Milking Farm So for those of you that want to go check it, I just thought it was funny that. I thought a lot of things about the book were funny, but in the one point, she was pondering how many nipples he had, and if he had 8 of them, it wouldn't even matter to her. I was like,
that
okay.
goes back to the woman thing. Like, she just wanted that big businessman to take care of her and fuck her silly.
And the thing about the women's books that's so funny is that they make you wait forever. So it's like, because it's about, you gotta you have to smolder.
Building up.
You have to build and smolder and blah, blah, blah. And it takes forever. And I'm just like, you made me, I had to literally listen to 14 and a half chapters out of 18 chapters to get to the sex scene. But
Women prefer a book like that because then you have multiple, you could jerk it multiple times to the book. And
wow.
Women's orgasms, you can have multiples, things like that.
I was on an airplane, so that would have been weird.
That would have been weird.
That would have been
Thank you for not doing that.
Yep, thank you for not getting arrested.
I am here with you today because I did not whip it out on the airplane. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the world building could have been better, and they could have had a better relationship instead of it just being a jerk-off factory that she met this cowman at. Because the town itself is very interesting. I'm like, this is cool.
It's fucking Brooklyn.
I get it, but it was cool how the different species interacted and how they have like this burrow with all of the animals.
The bodegas? Yes.
With the okay, whatever. It was interesting how the world building started and how different communities stayed to themselves, but now they're mixing and all. That was way more interesting than the sex in this book.
Well, I appreciate Lady Emery's willingness to just pick up a porn book and read it.
I appreciate it too.
Aw, anytime, guys.
I mean,
anytime.
it's no Onani Master, which we still haven't talked about, but we should talk about that.
What did you give it out of 5?
It was fine. I give it like a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, I see when they finally got around to it, I wanted it to be more graphic than it was. It wasn't really, and then I really was more interested just in the business. I was like, oh, this is so interesting. These animals come in and they get milked and all this. So I just wanted to hear about that more, even though that was probably like a quarter of the book. But I wanted more of that because I don't give a fuck about Rourke. Suck my dick. God damn it.
I mean, he wants you to suck his dick, so.
No, I know, but they can't.
But he doesn't want you to gag on it because then he'll throw up.
It's not that. It's just that how do I put it without sounding like an asshole? It's like his name would be something like Rourke because it's like he can't have a normal name for the women. He has to have some smoldering name that is it, but you never hear it. It's his name's Rourke. Oh, fuck off. His name could be Bill. Sorry.
All right. So
I'd fuck Geralt, by the way.
I
would.
Same thing.
He's got cat eyes, but he's mostly just because he's Geralt.
Any last things you want to touch on? Because you had a lot of notes that we weren't able because we kind of rabbit holed and dissected a very small portion of the discussion.
No, I think this was a really good discussion. If others want to hear more or get more notes, become a member.
That's right.
On Patreon and get the notes. I think the only thing I didn't touch on was Hikikomori, Adolescent Without End. It's a book I've been reading. It's very fascinating, and just the fact that a lot of people who are withdrawn, which is quite common, unfortunately, in Japan now and other places around the world, they fall into usually an adolescent dissolution disorder. And I was fascinated by that idea because isekai is the genre that is coming up more, and isekai I feel like it involves more animal girls to it. It's is that what's also maybe driving some of the love of cat girls? Is you have people who are falling back into this adolescent trap, and so I think maybe that was the only thing I didn't really touch on, but I feel like we could honestly have a whole topic on hikikomori and
that would be a good topic.
How it relates to anime.
I'll get that hikikomori book, and we can talk about that next time on Pancake and Lady Emery's book club.
Magical Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do the trivia here so we can get to the news break, because when we get back from the news break, we have Last Time On, so you're not going to want to miss that. Our mailbag.
Last time on
the mailbag, and also Witch Watch. But first, we have an intro trivia question for you. to see if you did the reading for class today. In which of the following monsters is not technically featured in the anime? Vampire, werewolf, poltergeist, or ogre?
We'll get back to you after the news break.
Toodles. Hey, Anime Addicts, Mitsugi is here, bringing you that sweet anime news. Starting off, back from the grave, it's Yasuomi Umetsu, the original creator, as they say, the visionary behind A Kite and Mezzo Forte. I just call it Kite, to be honest. And it looks like Shaft and Umetsu are going to be working on another property, the Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl. So they're going to be having this new sci-fi property release. It looks like it's going to be opening in Japan on June 27th as a film, and it's going to make its way to U.S. theaters for a limited screening on November 11th, subtitled, and November 13th with English dub, which is just amazing that Umetsu is finding his way into U.S. theaters. So set in 1999, Clockwork Girl unfolds in a future where humanity has achieved near immortality through Soma Dea, a breakthrough medical android technology that can heal any injury or illness. But as with every technological leap, corruption follows. So we'll have to see how that plays out. For those of you that like Umetsu, that have memories of Kite or Mezzo Forte or any of the other stuff that Umetsu's worked on, go check out Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl. It's going to be in theaters in November. Next up in the news, it looks like the manga High School Kimen Gumi is going to be getting a TV adaptation in the winter of 2026. A lot of conversation happening online about this from Studio 7. Also directed by Kazuaki Seiki of Ram the One Half, the new one from 2024, worked on as a director for the opening sequence. So this may be that director's first role. And it looks like this property was serialized by Shinzawa, the original 3-nen Kinen Gumi, the third year Funny Face Club. The manga came out in Weekly Shonen Jump from 1980 to 1982, which is just crazy that something that old is coming and getting new anime properties today. So you're going to have to look out for this. It looks like a definite school comedy show, and if you're interested in this, it's going to be coming out in the winter of 2026. Next up, in some sad news for some of you, Sozo no Frieren, or Frieren Beyond Journey's End, is going on hiatus. Yes, indeed, hiatus. So it looks like the notice was made after considering the health of the creators Yamada and Abe, neither of which are particularly healthy, I guess, and that the manga's serialization pace and publication format need to be adjusted moving forward in order to accommodate that. So the statement also mentioned that the two authors are going to continue working on the series while receiving support from the editorial team. So for those of you that are fans of the 30 million copy Frieren, well, it looks like you may have to wait a little bit longer in between volumes, and right now it's going on hiatus. Next up and lastly, the manga Shy is also going to be getting some bad news, concluding in just 3 chapters. So Bukimi Miki, the creator of Shy, announced on their Twitter channel that it's going to be concluding with the 293rd chapter, which is such a long 6-year run with so many volumes in print. 1.4 million copies are in circulation, and 293 chapters is nothing to sniff at. So 8-Bit adapted the manga into a 12-episode series way back in the fall of 2023, which I don't even remember. But if you want to check that out or read the manga, it is coming to a conclusion here in the next issue of the magazine. This was Mitsugi, and this was your anime news break. And now time to get back to the podcast. So here you are, studying for college finals in your dorm room. Studying is hard, but not when you have your favorite podcast to listen to. Oh, what's that? You just ran out of podcasts? Well, good luck studying with your roommate, singing with headphones like he's trying out for The Voice.
Bismillah, no, we will not let him go, let him go!
If only you subscribe to the AAA Podcast extra content, you'd still be bopping along to our hentai episodes, our hobby addicts, and our after parties. You might not be able to play video games during finals, but at least you can hear us talk about them. And you wouldn't have had to kill your roommate. Don't kill your roommate. head over to aaapodcast.com/join or Patreon today and support the podcast. Again, that's aaapodcast.com/join or Patreon. I need to get myself some more podcasts.
Hi, my name is Sonny Strait, voice of Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, and I'm an anime addict. Kamehameha, bitches!
Welcome back to the pod.
I'd still find you cute if you grew furry animal ears out of your bald head.
Mo. In Witch Watch, which of the following monsters is not technically featured? Vampire, werewolf, poltergeist, ogre. What's the answer?
Poltergeist.
That's right, you got it. And I have transformed into a cow. Really, I guess I'd be a bull, but you could still milk me. If you
I don't
wanted
know.
to.
Ask
A
Goku.
Minotaur.
I think Goku Trunks fan has milking experience. Can you milk a bull?
Can you milk a bull? Come milk me. All right, it's time for Last Time On.
Last time on
Presented by Shonen Showdown.
Well, today I'm going to get you fine folks ready for season 3 of One Punch Man, which premiered quite recently. So, what happened in season 2? Well, last time on One Punch Man, Garu learned becoming a demon isn't too easy, and our favorite Cape Baldy learned that martial arts ain't shit. So, what else? Genos got Genosed again. So we'll return to all of our zany heroes as they continue to take on the Monster Association. That's basically it. I'm not even joking. I had Esquire help me write this, and this is what he came up with. So, am I a season 2 apologist? Yes. So will I be watching this latest season? Of course. One Punch Man is my comfort show, and like I said at the top, I am currently sick, so I'm gonna watch the shit out of this and just live my best life. Are you two gonna watch this at all?
Probably not. I was disappointed with season 2, but I'll never get over how freaking fire the season 1 OP was.
So good.
What about you, Mitz?
Probably not. I mean, I have cosplayed Saitama very accurately too. But I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Probably not.
That's okay.
Season 2 was such dog shit that like I don't know.
You have to let us know if season 3 redeems it.
I'm a little worried because it is the same studio, but again, I'm also a season 2 apologist. It's just my comfy show. You know, everyone always has like those shows, like those trash shows that everyone hates. And you're like, yeah, I love it though. Just let me love my thing. Just let me enjoy this kink.
You should enjoy that kink.
Don't yuck my yum.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum,
I
baby.
said I stole it.
Oh.
That's definitely a Lady Emeryism.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I love you too for using it. Makes me so happy. We're growing.
Yeah, you gotta put these cow ears back on because it's not titillating the audience like when you wore them.
Well, Goku Trunks fan says they will not milk you.
He's not gonna milk me, so why am I bothering? Yeah, indeed. Is that all for this
Yeah,
last
that was
time?
it.
Oh wow.
I mean, if you guys remember season 2, not a lot happened, which is, I think, another criticism is nothing really happened. Just the usual stuff.
All right. Well, in that case, it's time for mailbags.
It's time for an almighty anime mailbag. Anime.
Mailbag. If you want to leave a mailbag, go to our website, AAApodcast.com/mailbag. Drop it in there, and we'll answer it for you. Just like Dangerous, Most Dangerous, Jabroni did. Hey,
Hold
Addicts.
on. I messed up. It's not Goku Trunks fan. It is Gohan Trunks fan.
Yeah. Yeah, see, he corrected you.
I was
Get it right.
I was correcting myself. I apologize.
Mm-hmm. I want Gohan Trunks fan to know that I am going to watch Dragon Ball GT. I figure it can't be worse than Dragon Ball Daima. And after watching all these short video clips on YouTube from Dragon Ball, I just have to watch. I got to watch more.
I gotta say, I was watching a bunch of Dragon Ball edits last night on my phone. My algorithm was just spitting them out. What's with Gohan fans and not wanting to be happy? You guys
What do you
just
mean?
are dark. They're just constantly making edits of like future Trunks, and like that whole OVA where Gohan.
It's because that OVA is the best thing that Dragon Ball Z ever produced. That was ever came out of Dragon Ball.
And apparently that's supposed to be like the actual timeline, and like the timeline we're in is like the happy timeline. So they don't want you to ever forget that timeline. It is just really depressing.
Well, there you go. Anyway, so what are your thoughts about all of the anime announcements for 2026? Frieren Season 2, JJK Season 3. So he says, Lady Emery, I'm sorry I doubted your favorite character. I am a believer. Well, okay, whatever that means. Jobless Reincarnation Season 3, Chainsaw Man movie. Hopefully One Piece ends. It's not going to. So is 2026 going to be the best year for anime ever? What say you? Pancake.
I don't know that it'll be the best ever, but I am excited for Frieren Season 2, JJK Season 3, and Jobless Reincarnation Season 3, as well as the Chainsaw Man movie, which is actually a 2025 thing. I'm not a One Pieceer, but I don't want it to end for for Lady Emery and Raggedy Doctor's sake.
It's like, why would you think it's going to end?
I think
I think because we're in the final arc.
It's not going to fucking end. He's printing money. I guarantee it won't end. They're not going to let. They won't allow it to end. No, there's no chance in hell that thing ends. Shonen Jump will say, "Hi, Eiichiro Oda. Here's 200 mil for the next 10 years," and he'll be like, "Okay, yes." Yeah.
I just
It's going nowhere.
I think the sequels coming out is going to be great, and I'm really excited to watch those. But I hope we get some new good stuff as well. I hope it's not just forgettable slop.
I will suck off Geralt of Rivia if One Piece ends anytime in the next 3 years. I'll do it on camera.
All right. Well,
we'll
that's
get
that down, Pit Boss.
We'll have an AI generate it. We'll post it on social. But if I win, I get something equally good. I haven't decided yet, but I'll figure it out. It can't be the best year for anime ever because that was 1998. Sorry. Yeah.
Why was 1998 the best year?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad. Let me just look this up.
Pancake, what did you do?
Anime.
What did you do?
I
Yeah.
was 2, so I don't know how it was the best year.
Let's read through some of these titles. I'm just going to go to Wikipedia. I'm going to call them out as I see them. Well, let's see. I'm going to skip the ones that aren't like exceptionally good. Cardcaptor Sakura, 1998. Cowboy Bebop. Let's see. Keep going down here. We got one of the better Gundam movies. His and Her Circumstances. Initial D. Kite. Master Keaton. More Gundam. Outlaw Star. Pokemon, the first movie. Record of Lodos
Oh, shit,
War.
that was a
Serial
good
Experiments Lane. Silent Mobius. Super Milk Chan. Trigun. Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's just the CV series. And that's all of them. Are you not entertained?
I feel like that could be another episode of like us arguing what is the best year of anime.
We've already done that.
Yeah. But not with us. Not with this panel.
Well, I'd be happy to do it with you guys, but the answer is 1998, 1999. 1999. Okay, right now, GTO came out in 1999. And guess what? So did One Piece. So.
Oh.
Good luck.
All right.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, 2026, guys, I hate to tell you, but like, there's too many anime coming out now for any of them to stand out the way that they used to. It's my opinion, but you'll never get another 1998. Lady Emery, what do you think? Answer
As
the
for me-
mailbag.
Yeah. So real quick to talk about this. This actually happened on the Discord. Again, join the Discord. You can see all of the fun chats. Maki Zenin is my favorite girl in Jujutsu Kaisen. She's the one with the ponytail, glasses, greenish hair. So I love her. Anyways, I don't know about the best year. I'm excited for all of these prospects, but I feel like this could be more of like the year of heartbreaks. And I just mean that in the good kind of way. Like, we already talked about previously in the episode, Chainsaw Man is just a heavy show with a lot of good things, a lot of tragedy, though, a lot of action. So we'll see where that goes. Freyren is all about nostalgia and like some level of sadness. Jujutsu Kaisen is full of sad things happening. I've been told Jobless Reincarnation also doesn't like it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I guess what I'm getting at. So
It's time to cry.
Wait a second.
Great year for me to be postpartum.
Jobless Reincarnation has been miserable the whole fucking show.
Apparently, it's gonna get worse.
Literally, he watched his. This is a spoiler, right?
Yeah, it's a spoiler.
Oh God, you guys! I can't. The spoiler rule just ruins everything. I think we should just throw it out.
I
If
know.
you're listening to an anime podcast, you're at your own risk. Like I just feel like a lot of bad shit happens to Rudius throughout that show.
just say it. I don't know. Just say spoiler. Jump ahead a minute and
Spoiler
feel free
alert!
to-
Yeah, spoiler alert for Jobless Reincarnation. I mean, Rudius literally watches his dad get bitten in half by a fucking monster, but then he gets a second wife. So.
Sorry about your dad. Here's some more puss.
Yeah. I mean, he was carrying around Roxy's panties for the whole fucking show anyway, which is pretty weird. So that show is so good. It's so good. Oh my God. It doesn't get much love on this podcast because I've historically been the only one that liked it.
I like it.
Yeah, but you weren't on the podcast regularly until like a year ago. Up until now, it's been like me defending Jobless Reincarnation, but that show is so fucking solid. I mean, what the hell? I can't wait for the third season. But doesn't it feel like we're on like season 8?
It's just
They divided it out,
Yeah.
didn't they? Like that's part of it is because they divided out the cores, and I feel like when they
Which
do
I kind
that,
of
you don't get to call it a
appreciate it.
core. Oh, I appreciate it. I just don't think you get to call it a core. You get to just call it this is season 1.
I
end
agree.
of season 1. Don't call it a second core. Just say, and now we're starting season 2.
I would not have. I would definitely have taken Sylphie was her name. Sylphie is definitely better than Roxy. I'm just gonna say that.
wow. And guess what? She has non-human features.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Roxy's clearly not human either. She's literally casting like water magic. Did we answer the mailbag completely?
I feel like we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to leave them, we want hentai mailbags. Make them nice and dirty. And if you write your anime, I haven't done the anime confessional bit in a while. I need some anime confessionals. Even if you have to make them up, I won't know. Just make them up.
Send me in some anime you want me to judge your anime taste on, so I can talk trash. Yeah, where's that at?
All right. Well, it's time for Witch Watch. So, I feel like I passed Witch Watch.
I think it was this panel that passed Witch Watch.
Yeah, I think we all did, or at
Okay.
least, yeah.
Witch Watch is I was watching it on Crunchyroll, so the doc here says Netflix, but I watched it on Crunchyroll.
I watched it on Netflix. Okay, so it's available both places.
Okay, so it's on to both places, which is good. And geez, I don't know. It's about a Morihito who's a high schooler who is an ogre. He doesn't look like an ogre. He just looks like a boy, but he's very strong. And he's childhood friends with a girl named Nico, who, for some unknown reason, I guess my anime list or somebody decided that they were going to spell Nico the way that like a Russian from like Grand Theft Auto 5 would name their character, instead of Nico, which is definitely a K in Japanese, which is just so funny to me at least. And she's a witch, so she goes off and she does her witch training, and she comes back and she chooses Morihito to be her familiar. And so I mean, and then the other boy characters come along. I mean, this show is really a fucking reverse harem anime. So, and it's a lot of gags and comedy and school antics and getting into trouble with magic and stuff like that. So, done by Bieber Anime Studio, which I think for a while hadn't done jack shit, and then Bieber Anime Studio has kind of slowly become a studio that people know, because even though they pretty much started in 2019, which is not that long ago if you really think about it, they became very famous for the Quintessential Quintuplets, which has got a few seasons now, and 100 Girlfriends. So they're really good at doing like the lighthearted comedy, like pseudo smutty, like romance, rom-com, titillating stuff, and this is just kind of like the latest in that. And they've got another season of 100 Girlfriends coming out next year. So, wow, I never thought I'd go so deep on Bieber Anime Studio.
Good deep dive.
It's based on a manga. So, let's see, ladies, what did you think before you were getting into Witch Watch? Did you have any particularly high or low expectations?
They weren't super high. We, like I said, we did the impression on this show. We, as in me, Mitz, and Emery. So we all watched the first couple. It seemed cute, lighthearted, and fun. But from the start, I knew it wasn't my super cup of tea, because I don't really like comedy, like rom-com, slapstick anime very much. I find it a little repetitive and boring. Like, I'm not a Kaguya-sama fan, and that's kind of how I saw this anime going, but with witches, So that was kind of my impression, my expectation. Kaguya-sama, like,
You thought it was going to be Kaguya-sama with witches?
no,
That's
like
so
that,
funny.
no, same vein type of thing.
Okay. Lady Emery, don't let me down.
It was cute and fun. I was happy when it landed on my impressions list. I was looking forward to continuing it each week once we passed it. I really enjoyed, especially like the otaku jokes. So like, there's an otaku teacher that they feature, especially I think in the second or third episode, who makes all of these references to like Hunter x Hunter and Goku flying. So that was really enjoyable as an anime fan. So it was just hitting a humor vein for me, and so I was fine moving forward with it, knowing that it was fluffy and good, but also hoping that there'd be a little bit more buckling down, and we'll get into that more of plot points and things. What about you, Mitz?
Well, I already watched, I think I had seen 6 episodes of this coming into this week. So I was in Denver all week, and I spent most of my time listening to that book. But so when I got back Friday night, I was only on episode 7. So I had a pretty good run with this show already. And I think it got passed because I think the first 3 episodes of this were really cute. They had the witch antics, and she's getting in trouble already, and they're in school, and she's making all the kids in the school fly and all this, and it was just a really cute anime with some pretty good characters, and I think Nico is a good character overall. I was a little concerned about the continuity of any kind of like a plot line or conflict in this show, because it's just a gag comedy, and mostly my thought was, well, okay, these gag comedy shows tend to be hit or miss, because they're gonna use different gags, and they're not all gonna land. And then a lot of times they don't really have a villain or a conflict or a plot line really. And then my primary concern with this show was that it's 2 cores, and it's not always necessarily. It doesn't always work real well when you try to go 2 cores and you have absolutely no plot line whatsoever. And it also makes it extremely non-bingeable, because it's like, usually at least, because you're like, because it's a lot easier to watch a show and binge it when there's a story that you're following, and when you're just running into like monotonous sort of like gags and it's stuff like that, it's a little less interesting. There's nothing to really grab your attention. So I was a little concerned going into this, but overall I think I knew what it was, because I had already seen a quarter of it. Let's stick with the ladies here. So, and honestly, I hate the spoiler section, because I find that everyone leaves during the spoiler section, and we don't really get to have much of a discussion. So, particularly because this show has, let's be honest, nothing really to spoil. It's all about the being there for the ride with the characters. Let's spend some extra time in the non-spoiler section. What were your guys? Would you recommend this? Let's just have a discussion about it. Pancake.
If this is your thing, and your thing being lighthearted, rom-com, comedy, heavy focus on comedy and antics with no plot line, like just something easy to throw on, I would recommend it. But generally, no, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think it's got enough to keep you coming back for more and more. The characters were pretty cute, but I can think of so many other cute animes with girls surrounded by a bunch of guys.
Yeah. That are all werewolves.
But the other thing is that's so weird to me is like they're ogres or vampire, but they don't really seem like it at all. It's like they have it there to like add plot or try to add antics.
Yeah, of course, because like the werewolf he's got his quirks, and then you've got the Tengu guy walking around with his little gaita, and then the ogre's super strong and real loyal, and yeah. So you don't recommend it?
No.
Interesting. Lady Emery, what do you think?
Sadly, no, unless you need a popcorn watch. So very similar. I like they used bread and butter. I'm calling this a popcorn show. It's fluffy and cute, but there's no meaningful calories to it. Like there's nothing that's going to, I don't know, capture your attention for the plot. So whenever I thought they were building some tension to something exciting or a real villain, they decided not to all that much. And to your point, Mitz, I almost feel like we don't need there was maybe 2 twists in this whole show that was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. That I'll keep in the spoiler section. But otherwise, I feel like we can talk about so much of the show because there's just so much fluff to it. I still enjoyed it. The one thing I do tell people to do is watch the first opening. The first opening is done from one of my favorite directors. Yeah, Megumi Ishitani. Oh my God, I'll get these names one day. It's very cute. I think even in episode 4, if you watch the opening, it actually changed based on what the episode was about, which I find so cute and delightful. So like, go watch that. I think that was almost part of the problem, though, is I watched this opening thinking that's what the show would turn into, and instead it was it 26 episodes?
25?
25. Too many.
It's a lot of episodes. I think this actually would have done well just staying, if you wanted it to truly just be a gay comedy, just keep it to the 12 episodes and do seasons of that. But yeah, it just is way too long. And so, yeah. That's where I kind of landed on it.
I also want to say I didn't super love the otaku episodes. I feel like they should have just made a 12 episode show about that as well, because it was just
like a separate show.
Yeah, because it was just so disconnected from the main core group, and it's just like, oh, we're having another one of these episodes. Cool.
This show, I didn't finish this. I tried, but I didn't get all the way through it. But I did get a lot, pretty far. So, and this show's conversation really, beyond just like the general overarching premise, is probably going to be better served to be told in what our favorite segments are, because they're so disjointed, for the most part. And I think Lady Emery already. By the way, I just to get it out there, I don't think I would recommend it either. Like, I don't think this show is bad, but there's just, good God, I mean, there's thousands of these anime that are not that different than this one. And I think that if I'm recommending comedy shows, there's a number of shows that are considerably better than this one. So I don't think I necessarily recommend it, but the best part of this anime for me was probably the segment that had a villain for a brief period, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Mm-hmm. And I also thought to myself, wow, this is getting good. And that was what we were talking, it's like probably episode 12, 13, 14 maybe, where they introduced the werewolf, and they had the evil witch lady. That to me was the best segment, because you had the cat girl that was involved. You know, she's a witch that can become a cat, so she was involved, and then, you know, she was kind of eavesdropping, and it was going to tell Nico that, hey, you're in danger and all this, and then they captured her, and you're like, oh shit, she got captured. Like, are they going to kill her? You know, it gets kind of interesting, and then you get a couple episodes where the werewolf and the Tengu are fighting, and that's kind of cool, and the Tengu has what the fuck was his name? He's got some pretty cool moments in that segment. God damn, Kanshi, I guess. Oh, jeez. They use a lot of nicknames in this. That's probably why I don't recognize that. And then he fights the ogre, and you get you get like a whole episode of like fighting, which was kind of unusual. And you just had a villain for a short period, and I think that 3-episode segment was probably the best in the show that I saw. And pretty much where I left off with this anime was when they introduced the vampire, and it's just the most off-putting character and probably in the show, because it's like this little fucking boy character with like this girl haircut, and it's like, okay, great, now we have like the Oran High Host Club pretty boy, I look underage. That's
actually
trope.
What I thought of immediately when I saw this character. I was like, oh, is this it looks like a cross between Honey Senpai and Momiji.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm 40, and go fuck yourself. Like, I'm just not interested in that. Like, I don't care. I'm not a 17-year-old girl. I'm not screaming butt scratcher at anime cons anymore, and I'm not into Honey Senpai. Like, I wasn't into Honey Senpai or whatever the fuck that character's name is when I was 20. And I'm surprise, I'm twice as old now, and I'm still not interested. So, that's kind of where I put the game down, and I started to play Chronos: The New Dawn again last night, because I was like, it's 8:30 or it's 8 o'clock. I don't really want to watch this stupid vampire character. I was happy when it was the vampire, the Tengu, the ogre, and the 2 girls. Pretty much.
I watched a little bit more this morning. I watched the last bit this morning.
And how's the vampire character?
He's so forgettable compared to the other ones. Don't you agree?
Yep, I agree. I
think the best one is the Tengu. Is that what he is?
The Tengu's
the blonde,
cute. The
Kanshi,
blonde one's the Tengu.
Kanshi and
Kazamatsuri, his name is.
I think, and Morihito are the best 2, and then the werewolf, and then the cat girl, and then the vampire. Like, we could get rid of the vampire, honestly.
Right. I wish that the cat girl had retained her cat ears when she was a human.
She has a little bow to like emulate cat ears, but that was one thing that bothered me. Is like they're these magical creatures, but they don't. Mm-hmm. They're not.
Well, emulating their.
Whoa! Our power is.
Uh-oh.
It's right. It's storming out.
Okay.
Interesting. Let me just go. Do you have anything to add? Because I want to pivot the conversation a bit.
No. Let me think here. I agree. I think the vampire felt a little added last minute. I think if you wanted that vampire character, should have added them much earlier on, especially with the werewolf scene. And I agree that is where it was kicking off, is during the werewolf Tengu fight, ogre fight. Like, that was all very fun, and we finally had a villain. And then it just decided to go back to the gay comedy instead of sitting in that vein, where you could have still had gay comedy moments, but you didn't keep on with that villain, and that was frustrating.
Yeah.
What were your favorite individual gags in this, Lady Emery? I'm kind of curious to see what you were the most interested in, as far as like aside from which I'm predicting that you also thought the werewolf fighting section was the best part of the show.
Right.
But like, other than that, did you think anything was especially funny or well done?
I feel like anytime they called out specifically Nico, I think maybe I actually liked how Nico's magic was flawed. Like, it wasn't perfect, so that was enjoyable. And whenever they would call out a specific character, I think whenever they specifically called out the werewolf for being cringe, that was delightful because he is so cringe. What I will say is, Pancake, because you got to the very end, which again, I don't think this is spoilers because
I don't think you can spoiler. I don't think we need a spoiler drop. I think it's just the show.
I'm thinking of they have a school festival because of course they do.
Yep.
And they do a comedy thing. And the problem is they did their very best to try and translate it to an English audience, but Japanese comedy is so heavy on their puns, on the, kanji verses, hiragana, like there's so much more additional elements, I feel like, to Japanese comedy that when they tried to translate it for an English audience, nothing. Like I just was staring and like, I don't know if I get this humor, or I don't know if I'm getting the jokes they're trying to make here. So that was the only time it really fell pretty flat for me.
I didn't really like the school festival arc in this, and that might be why. It wasn't enjoyable for me. I did like the little bit they did with the character that talked like a Japanese English textbook.
Oh, that was funny.
That was funny, and I think
so funny.
And
I
I
think that did translate well.
And I think it was because all of us we know a little bit of Japanese, I think. And Mitz and I both study Japanese, and it's so funny because those are like the exact stock.
I like pizza. I don't like ice cream.
I listen to music every day.
And the visualization for them when you meet the girl he's got a crush on was just perfect because it looks like those stock photos that they use for those conversations.
Yes. And like the delivery, it was just that. I think that was my favorite bit.
I think you nailed it, because I was going to say in the beginning when she's like, they're flying around like Goku, or the hair is like, Gun from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
So those were funny, but I think you're right. That was the funniest moment, because I listened to this dubbed and they actually nailed it, where you've seen in the inverse, we've all done this, but we've also seen in the inverse when people are trying to learn English and they're being way too formal, and you're like, oh, you don't need to. You're going too hard.
Yeah, just chill out. Yeah, I thought that. I think that was probably the best, and I know it was only half of an episode or a quarter of an episode gag, but that was just so funny to me, and we were both just like, "Oh my gosh!"
I thought, and
we picked it up immediately. We're like, "Is he talking like a?"
Well, I said it right away. I said he sounds like an English, because I was studying Japanese for our trip on the airplane. I was just trying to brush up on some grammar, and that's exactly how the books are written.
Exactly.
I was like, this kid's talking like he's from a Japanese textbook, and then they made the joke, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I like the segment where Kazumatsuri, the Tengu, was talking. He gets what the fuck happens to him? He gets like sped up.
He gets sped up because he doesn't like his job. That was a good one too.
And then he starts to learn how to talk slow and do everything slow, because it's brings him back to normal speed. And then right about the time he adapts to the way that how he has to do things, he changes back to normal, and then he's talking really, really slow, and he has to fix it again. I thought that was funny. Yeah, they definitely have some creative like gags in this that make it a little better than most of these shows. Like, good God, there's thousands of these anime. Like, just think about like the Nobunaga and there's like the Nobunaga show where he gets turned into a dog and all this, and those shows they're just not all necessarily funny. So I thought this might have been a 4 because the skits are so short, but it wasn't. So in the end it really wasn't. So I was like, okay, well,
I wish there was more romance in it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Surprise. I think the best romance they showed is when she uses a spell to see what his true emotions are, and it's a little cute, like chibi version of himself sitting in his hair. That was very cute, and I thought then they would develop from there, but it literally then goes back to like gag humor or like school classroom antics.
Yeah, this show is allergic to plot development.
Yeah.
Relationship development, like none.
But the plot of this show is really, here's the thing, right? They are doing the same thing that City does, except City to me is at least twice as good as this. where you have to enjoy being dropped into the world of these characters and forget the plot line. So it's like the plot line of this show is the characters. You have to enjoy sitting in their living room, talking about nothing, and that's it. So basically, like, if you don't like the ogre guy and Nico, this show's a total failure because there's nothing else. But yeah, I mean, if you're like me and you really love just like seeing people in city walk in the street and do whatever because it's goofy, then like, you know, go for it because it'll be great for you. But yeah, this show doesn't have a plot line. It's really just about like spending time in the world.
The only one that kind of had a plot line was the part of the show I wish wasn't in the show, and that was the plot line between the teacher and the student doing the otaku thing, which by itself, if it were its own show, like 12 episodes about that, I think it would have been better, but it just felt like...
The closet otaku lady?
The closet otaku and her student, and then they start writing a doujinshi together. Which also, like, whose parent is letting their child, like, hang out with the teacher?
Great question.
It would never happen in Japan, honestly.
And
but
publish, like, manga together? I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, they don't even let teachers take a photo with the students in Japan.
That's what I'm saying.
That's, like, fireable.
It was weird. I would not be down with that. If that was my kid, I'd be like, you're doing what with a teacher?
Yeah.
Even if they were the same sex, I'd still be like, that's inappropriate. You're supposed to be learning.
Yeah, go get a friend, like a friend your own age, and you can do a comic book together with your friend. That's the only age.
Scissors can still make sparks.
Disgusting.
But yeah, I think the frustrating part is they like shoehorned in the magic there of like everything going wrong. And to your point, I think if I take away the teacher element and just make it two friends trying to make a manga, it's cute, and I wouldn't have minded even like 4 episodes of that. I think, 12 would have been a stretch for that, but I think it was more. I think what frustrated me the most of that is they were like, okay, how do we like fold that in to this show? Because then that was at the point where they too changed the opening to whatever the opening of the anime that they're obsessed with was. And
and it was so jarring the first time it happened.
Yes.
I was like, what's happening?
I thought I had clicked on another episode
Me too.
on Netflix. So I was like, wait, I have to make sure I didn't click on something.
But then
And
they
so
started doing silly things. Like, they were like, it says it's a research facility. And it says, I bet they did research here. And,
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
And they said, like, believe it. And I was like, okay, so I'm still on the same show, but who are you?
Yeah, that was pretty jarring to the point of it should have, to your point, I think you could have done it as a standalone or like an OVA for the show. Like, hey, here, we're going to take these side characters and give them their own little piece there.
Well, I like the ogre the best on the show. I thought he was very honest with his feelings. There's a couple of, to me, there were most romantic moments where when he's kind of, he's telling Nico, like, I'll never let anything bad happen to you. My life is to protect you and all this. And she's all blushing and stuff. And he's just very direct. And I feel like a lot of the cool scenes in the show ended up involving him.
Well, he does have a pretty funny skit at the end with the jeans. I thought that one was pretty enjoyable.
That was really, really fun. I liked his producer side too. Like when he's trying to make them make a YouTube channel and he gets all in on it because he's so serious.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
because he's an ogre.
I mean, I don't know that there's a whole lot else to say about the show.
I thought it was pretty funny. Like, I usually don't think anime is very funny, and I thought the show was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. What I saw of it. The vampire can just fuck off. Like, he's just in there to be a trope. So I don't know what the fuck. And I don't know what kind of life of sin Nico's living with 5 dudes. But
that also wouldn't fly for me as a parent.
Yeah, well, I guess she doesn't really have parents because parents don't exist in anime. So
yeah, but the other characters have parents, and I'm like, they're all just, you're gonna let these hormonal high school students all just live with one girl?
Pancake, the birth rate's like 1.3 in Japan. Like, they're not.
Maybe they're doing a social experiment in that regard.
They're not having kids. They're not gonna have sex. They should. I mean, that would actually help. The werewolf needs to get to work. But he said he's had sex with every girl he's ever met or something. I can't remember what he said. It was every girl he's ever met has been obsessed with him. Go make like 500 babies. And then like the babies will be super horned up, and then they'll make 500 babies, and then there you go. You solve the problem.
Genghis Khan.
Yep. That's right.
Well, I know that he and the cat girl will probably be shipped together because they were already
Yeah.
moving those two together, which, yeah, that's kind of cute. I mean, that was a nice pair off, I guess.
Cat girl and werewolf boy. Well, she was already into him. She was all blown away by his strong arms.
She just likes to be
carrying her.
touched.
Okay, one really huge knock, because visually the show did fine for me. I hated how they drew a cat. I don't know why, but
her cat design is terrible.
oh, it is cringy. It is.
Really? Was it that bad?
I didn't like it. I don't know why. I think they made the face too like flat and then big for her cat body. It was weird.
She's also a tuxedo cat, but has black hair, and I think they should have just made her like a little black like witch cat.
Yeah, why wouldn't you do that?
Anyway,
But I know that's such a like weird nit, but I appreciate when shows can properly draw. Like I think of if you want to draw a cute anime cat, like you always reference like Sailor Moon. Like those are cute, truly anime cats. It looks like a cat,
and
but
they're
you
not
see...
cringe. It's the eyes too. The eyes on this cat just don't work.
Well, it reminds me of the cat from Persona 5.
Yeah,
Persona
a little
5.
bit.
Five. Yeah.
Yeah, Persona 5, yeah. Where's Persona 6? I've been waiting quite a while. But then again, I thought that after Persona 4, I was like, God damn, it's been 10 years. Persona 5's never coming out. Now it's been 10 years again. So, hook me up. Yeah, he looks like the cat from I don't know, he just reminds me. Maybe I'm thinking incorrectly.
No, I can
think
see
you're
it.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She's a cute character. I actually prefer her in her human form. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's whatever. But yeah. But then she can't. But then they can't use the gag of like her being brushed in the living room 6 times. So.
Or her being. Didn't they have a washing scene at one point, and that was a whole thing?
Yes, they do have that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're out of time. So I'm gonna say this anime for me was pretty good. I may finish it. We'll see. Just like laying in bed at night, I might finish it, but it's probably not gonna do much else. So I only got to like episode 17, so I missed the last quarter of it, I guess.
You didn't really miss that much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I kind of figured that this wasn't gonna do anything else except to have more gags. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just it's probably other stuff to watch, but this show for me was pretty good. If you like the characters, it could be like a great anime for you, but if you don't like the characters that much, it'll probably be mediocre. I also think that the ogre guy's arm is drawn really bizarrely in that photo.
It looks like AI, because like, where does her broomstick go?
Oh yeah. See, if Mason was here, he'd be like calling out all these things. To me, this show's fine. I'm actually going to give it a pretty good score. I think it's probably going to get about a 3. 3.5. Yeah, that works. 3.5 boys in my harem out of 5. Because let's be honest, that one character is not a fucking boy. That's like a
He hates him.
child / girl. I don't know what's going on with that. 3.5 men I might mate with out of 5 for Nico.
I'm gonna give it 3 spells out of 5.
Typical hater.
I feel like I'm going to be a bigger hater.
Well, that's fine.
I just wanted more out of it. It was cute, but I just wanted more.
Yeah.
So 2.5 cat ears out of 5. Like part of it got like lost in the drawing of the poor drawing of cats.
All right. Well,
All
looks
right.
like as usual, I am the most uplifting and positive of the group.
You are. Good job.
Yes,
Good
indeed. Yeah, see
job.
what I did there?
I think it's funny that you used to be like the biggest hater, like when I used to listen to the podcast.
Well, now
Now you've just got all these grumpuses.
Well, this is not Bug Snacks. Okay, you can't say grumpuses. Anyway, Well, yeah, because like it's amazing I even like anime anymore because I have watched probably 200 anime that I had no interest in at any point and didn't become interested during them at all either. So it's not easy watching 200 anime that you think are lame as fuck. So, and now I'm only pretty much reviewing the shows that I'm interested in. So now that's probably why. And that was the point, right? Was to be more positive and to be less of a hating son of a bitch. So, I guess it's working. All right. Well, that's the show for today. Let's see what's going on next week on the podcast. Obviously, Pancake and I won't be here because we won't even be in the country. So let's have a look here. Let's see. Next week is a topic that will feature Mason, Caroline, and Andrew. Oh, and then we're gonna be starting impressions.
Yep.
Wow,
then-
it's impression season already. Wow.
Isn't
And
that
then the
crazy
week-
how fast that happened?
Damn.
The week after that will be an off week.
Yeah, there's no podcast on the 2nd of November because no one's available. We won't be in the country, and everyone else is not available. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go do
a break.
Yeah,
And that's
right.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on, this podcast is like, let's be honest, a grueling pace. So that's about it. We're gonna do our hobby addicts, where we're gonna talk about a lot of alien Earth and weapons, since we've all experienced that. So if you want to get the hobby addicts to hear about alien Earth and weapons, Patreon, and if you want to, you can go to our website and do it through the website. But yeah, it's pretty cheap, and you help out the show a whole lot, and you'll get all this extra content. So, okay, all right. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.